The best gravel bikes let you take on untarmacked surfaces so that you can explore a wider range of places. Big tires, stable geometry, and a wide gear range balance off-road capability with a good turn of speed on-road too. If you're not sure what you're looking for, we've got a guide to what is a gravel bike, which explains more about this popular style of bike. Although many gravel bikes are generalists, the genre is becoming increasingly divided with a spectrum from fast gravel race bikes to bikes that will let you load up and head off on multi-day off-grid adventures. We've listed the top 10 best gravel bikes 2025, their key features, and important factors to consider when choosing the right one for you. Check the video description for product links. Let's get started. Number 10. Enve MOG. Enve has developed a reputation for incredible quality and high-performance components, with many of them made in the USA. The MOG is the second bike to come out of Enve in as many years, the first being the gorgeous Melee road bike that launched to great acclaim back in 2022. The MOG has all the tick list features of modern gravel bikes such as big tire clearance, frame storage, and mounts galore. At $5,500/$5,500, it seems odd to suggest the MOG offers good value, but for a brand with such a reputation for design, engineering, and quality, it does. The kit includes a frame, fork, headset, stem, handlebar, and seat post, which is in line with brands like Trek and Specialized who can call on much larger economies of scale. The MOG's headline act is when it hits the dirt. I found it offered a great balance between stiffness and comfort. It's not out sprinting anyone, but it's keeping up, and at the same time not beating you up. The slack geometry inspired us to push on the descents with a surprising amount of confidence, a trait that would most definitely appeal to those looking to load up and go bikepacking. Number 9. Specialized S-Works Crux. The S-Works Crux is undoubtedly expensive. Few can afford a 12K bike, but wow, what a bike. The Crux is a utopian bike. Of course, it's not as comfortable as the Diverge, but its agility, stability, and lightness are out of this world. During my time on the Crux, I stole KOMs, got PBs, and generally rode far beyond my normal zones and heart rate. The Crux's versatility is attractive, too. It can accommodate 2.1-inch 650B and 47mm on 700C rubber, which should add a touch more comfort and extra traction. With its low weight and aggressive riding position, you can take it cyclocross racing in the winter if you're inclined. I reckon that the Crux fits the bill for riders who want agile performance on gravel but with the ability to put down the power for outright speed. There is no doubt when things get chunky, like the peak district riding I have locally, you will find its limit fairly quickly. However, for anyone with more open riding, like in the US or more southern parts of the UK, you can't go wrong with any model in the Crux range. Number 8. Genesis Croix de Fer 30. The ethos of the now iconic Croix de Fer hasn't really changed since it was first released in 2009. A steel frame, generous tire clearance, and an array of mounts for bags, bottles, and racks are key to this bike's versatility and character. But the latest version has taken a step forward. The CDF 30 is a beautiful bike to look at. The simplicity of the Reynolds 725L tubing, alongside the classic colorway and graphics, really catches the eye. The CDF is instantly comfortable thanks to the combination of its upright position and compliant frame. It just does everything you want it to do without the vagaries and fickleness of a bike that's designed too much for one thing or another. Naturally, for a bike that weighs over 11 kilograms, there's not an instant or huge reward if you try and push the pace. Think diesel engine rather than AV8 petrol. However, handling is sure and steady, and while twists and turns in the trail are rewarding, they don't come with a huge burst of adrenaline. But where the CDF really excels is on those long, all-day rides, which are measured in pace rather than speed. This is a bike that I've enjoyed taking the de-stressing scenic route trails home and then being able to load up at the weekend with a family's worth of picnic and detritus for a long day out. It's pleasurable and reliable, doing everything I want it to do, a bike for life and all of its adventures. Number 7. Specialized Crux DSW Comp. The Crux DSW stays true to the design and purpose of its far more expensive carbon sibling, but thanks to intensive R&D, Specialized has produced what it claims is the lightest alloy frame in the world, claimed weight 399 g. It also claims to be more durable and have an improved ride quality. It is equipped with race-orientated geometry and a short wheelbase, but there is still scope to run big tires up to 47 mm. A striking feature of the Crux DSW is its simplicity. Straight tubes, simple semi-internal cabling, and a standard bar and stem. Nothing to charge, nothing to spend hours fiddling with to set up, and no proprietary parts that require specialist tools. The Crux's sprightliness makes it a joy to ride. I found myself sprinting into every turn and transition and trying to put down more and more power on the straights. It's fast and nimble on technical trails and descents, too. On the downside, I found it much harder to pace longer rides on the Crux as it encourages you to ride hard. The race-tuned stiffness of the frame and fork will also add some fatigue to longer stints in the saddle. Whilst designed as a race machine, there's plenty of scope within the geometry and components to enable you to tweak it for a more upright position for longer rides. Number 6 GT Grade Carbon Pro LE. The GT Grade Carbon Pro LE won the gravel category in our Bike of the Year 2024 awards on account of its excellent handling, well-chosen spec and forward-thinking geometry. GT's premium gravel bike costs £3,600/$4,200 but presents good value compared to its competitors. Its 1x12 speed Shimano GRX group set, carbon seat post, and WTB wheels and tires make up a quality build. The Grade Carbon Pro LE's rigid yet compliant frame is another strong suit. Unlike the Grade Carbon X, which uses suspension, the Pro LE relies on flexion from its innovative third triangle between the seat stays and top tube to smooth out bumps. GT has improved the Grade Carbon Pro LE stability by lowering the stack and increasing reach, which a shorter stem partially counteracts. But the handling remains sharp enough when you put the hammer down on less technical terrain. The only negatives are the untidy cable routing at the front of the bike and the tires' poor mud performance. Number 5 Sonder Camino Ti. The Camino Ti is unashamedly a bike designed for technical gravel as much as long-distance adventures. There's just something about its straight tubes and raw finish that's hard to beat. This is reflected in the slacker geometry and longer wheelbase than most of the other bikes we have tested. This also allows room for up to 50mm tires or 2.2-inch in 650B. Our T Rival 1 AXS XPLR featured a Rival AXS group set, a carbon fork, and Sonder's hand-built alpha alloy wheels and finishing kit. During my time on the Camino, it proved very capable and versatile. For my first ride, I strapped on some bike luggage to venture off for my son's first bike packing trip. The load was heavy and the pace slow, but the Camino made it a pleasure, remaining agile and responsive. For the majority of the rest of the testing, I dropped the bags, tweaked the tire pressures and headed out onto the technical trails I'd usually ride on my mountain bike. With your weight in the middle of the bike, it's incredibly stable and easy to maneuver on twisty and rocky trails. On the road, the Camino will never be as quick as a more racing-biased gravel bike, but it does a perfectly good job. It's responsive to pedaling efforts whether you're spinning along or out of the saddle. The Camino is competitively priced for a titanium-framed bike with a full Rival AXS drivetrain. If you consider the enjoyment factor and the range of gravel riding you get to do, then its value exponentially increases. Number 4 Salsa Warbird C. Salsa is one of the founding brands of the modern gravel bike, a story that starts with the launch of the Warbird in 2012, a bike inspired by the adoption of disc brakes in cyclocross a year or so before. The Warbird, now in its 4th generation, has always set the tone for where the next generation of gravel bikes might go. However, last updated in 2019, the Warbird is starting to look a little long in the tooth. Nevertheless, in a world now seemingly obsessed with aerodynamic performance and complicated compliance aids, the Warbird retains a refreshing simplicity and lets its frame do the talking. As we found, the Warbird is no slouch, transitioning from the tarmac to gravel seamlessly, gliding over the rougher sections with ease, provided they don't get too taxing. The Warbird frame-only option represents exceptional value at $2,199, allowing you to spend money on the components that better increase the bike's performance. When we reviewed the Warbird last year, we equipped it with SRAM Apex AXS, an excellent budget wireless group set, alongside Hunt 40 CGR carbon wheels and an Ergon all-road carbon post for extra speed and comfort. Number 3 Cannondale Topstone Alloy 4. The Cannondale Topstone 4 is a standout alloy gravel bike that offers excellent value without compromising on quality. Known for its rugged frame design and Cannondale's signature attention to detail, the Topstone 4 continues the brand's tradition of crafting bikes that are ready for adventure. The frame geometry is relaxed and comfort-focused, which makes long days in the saddle more enjoyable. While it may not be the fastest option on the road, the upright riding position is something that comfort-oriented riders, including myself, will certainly appreciate. Equipped with a 10-speed micro-shift Advent X drivetrain and a single front chainring, the Topstone 4 keeps things simple and effective, perfect for mixed terrain riding. Though micro-shift might not be as well known as Shimano or SRAM, its performance here is impressively smooth and reliable. The ProMax mechanical disc brakes are another pleasant surprise. Once bedded in properly, they offer solid stopping power, which is crucial when navigating gravel descents or loaded bikepacking routes. Mounting options are abundant, allowing riders to easily attach racks, bags, and bottles, making this bike a great companion for off-grid bikepacking. And for those looking to tackle rougher trails, the Topstone 4 even supports an internally routed dropper post, adding to its versatility. However, the out-front steering geometry, while stable and confidence-inspiring off-road, does result in a bit of a trade-off on paved surfaces. The bike can feel sluggish and slightly draggy on tarmac or during more spirited road rides. Still, for its intended purpose, gravel exploration and adventure riding, the Topstone 4 delivers an incredibly capable and confidence-boosting experience at a very reasonable price point. Whether you're a beginner gravel rider or an experienced adventurer, this bike has a lot to offer. Number 2. Specialized Diverge Comp E5. If your riding style leans toward adventure, trail exploration, and the occasional multi-day bikepacking journey, the Specialized Diverge Comp E5 is built with you in mind. Designed for comfort and versatility, its relaxed geometry and high front end offer a more upright and endurance-friendly position, perfect for long hours in the saddle. This makes it ideal for riders seeking stability and comfort over aggressive speed. That said, the higher front end can make it a little harder to properly weight the front tire when diving into tight corners, potentially affecting confidence at high speeds or on more technical terrain. The Diverge Comp E5 is highly adaptable, thanks to a wide array of mounting options. You'll find multiple mounts under the down tube and on top of the top tube, as well as triple bosses on the fork legs, perfect for carrying water bottles, bags, or cages for added gear on longer expeditions. For those who prefer traditional setups, the frame also supports full fenders and pannier racks, allowing for better splash protection and additional cargo capacity. What truly elevates the Diverge Comp E5 above many other aluminum gravel bikes is its inclusion of the Future Shock 1.5 system, a proven feature trickled down from specialized higher-end carbon models. This front suspension system significantly improves comfort by absorbing trail chatter and smoothing out high-frequency vibrations. It's especially effective on mixed surfaces and long rides. The only limitation is that it requires a bit of stack height to work properly, which can make achieving an aggressive, race-oriented position more difficult. Still, for those prioritizing comfort, versatility, and off-grid adventure capability, the Diverge Comp E5 remains one of the best-performing alloy gravel bikes in its class. Number 1. Giant Revolt X Advanced Pro. The Giant Revolt has earned a revered spot in the world of gravel bikes, especially among the team at Cycling Weekly. This isn't just hype, it's backed by accolades, including their prestigious Gravel Bike of the Year award and a rare double 5-star rating. Whether it's the off-road capable Revolt X or the more traditional Revolt Advanced Pro Zero, both variants have topped their respective classes with standout performance. What sets the Giant Revolt apart is its commitment to pushing gravel tech forward. It offers a massive 52mm tire clearance, putting it ahead of most big-name competitors. Even more impressively, Giant gives riders the option of a rigid or suspended format, something still uncommon in the gravel market. This versatility allows it to serve everyone from ultra-endurance adventurers to riders seeking fast, responsive performance on mixed terrain. But the real genius lies in the frame design. The built-in compliance and ride comfort are nothing short of exceptional. Cycling Weekly's James and Dan both praised the Revolt with glowing reviews 2 years in a row, an impressive feat after a brutal 500-mile journey across Welsh mountains, the legendary King Alfred's Way, and countless hours on the South Downs Way. James went so far as to declare, "It's the best gravel bike I have ever ridden." That's no small statement from someone who's ridden nearly everything out there. In essence, the Giant Revolt isn't just a gravel bike, it's a benchmark. Combining smart design, real-world comfort, and trail-ready capability, it's no wonder it remains a fan favorite and an editorial darling. For riders serious about adventure, it's a machine that truly delivers. If you found this video helpful, please consider giving it a thumbs up, leaving a comment, and subscribing to our channel. Don't forget to hit the notification bell icon so you never miss out on our latest videos.